The theme of the Pfizer vaccine in Dreamspell Astrology is the white wind, which is about the breath. So keep breathing. The energy we've been in for the past 2 weeks, which you see behind me, is about standing for you being yourself, shining in being yourself, and standing for your integrity. You get to be who you came here to be, who you want to be, and owning that, claiming that, communicating that, shining in your light. That is what this energy is about. The astrology gives us insight for personal development and to understand the world around us. And 3.5 years ago, in this wave, the Pfizer vaccine was presented to the world. And there's a lot of interesting astrology there that I'd love to talk about. This helps us to understand this process. So the theme is wind. The goal of the wave is the white wizard, which is about understanding the consequences of our actions and considering the next 7 generations. It is about integrity, and it is about caring for the community. The goal of the Pfizer vaccine is caring for society and considering that long-term perspective. Now, on tone 2, which is how it is presented to the outside world, we have the blue knight. I don't know if you remember this, but when it first got presented, there was this clip going around of the people at Pfizer sitting in this kind of dark, not well lit room where they had this moment when they just heard what the results from the research was, that it was 90% effective according to the research. But this room was kind of dark, which is like the knight presenting to the outside world from that. So that's literally in the astrology. Over here we have seed 3. 3 is what you set in motion, and the seed is about growth. The Pfizer vaccine goes into a human body in order to get the body's cells to start growing the spike proteins. So this is what that growth is about. Then we have snake 4. This is the day that the vaccine was presented. So this is the birthday in that sense, in my interpretation. Snake is about poison, but it's also about body wisdom. It's about health. It's about understanding your own body and what goes on in your body. And tone 4 is the structure, the limitations, the boundaries. So this is about your physical boundaries. And the snake, about health, creating some kind of structure, some kind of technology in this case to create health. That was the intention, I assume. Then we have over here World Bridger 5. World Bridger is also known as death. This is about a healthy balance between life and death. The vaccine was, of course, considered as something to protect us from something, but there's this factor of risk that was involved, right? This is the tone 3, right? It's also about sacrifice. The seed is about sacrifice. We sacrifice something in order to gain something later, and that is what a vaccine is, right? We take this vaccine, but we hope to gain something. We hope to gain protection from it. That's the idea. On tone 11, we have the yellow human. The yellow human is about making conscious choices and being present with every step of the way, which was kind of a challenge. Tone 11 is about the challenge, the learning point. It was kind of a challenge in this process, right? It was everything had to go quick. It had to get done. Some of the checks and balances were maybe a little skipped because it had to be fast. So this was the challenge in this process, was that yellow human of having attention to every process. And there's this invitation for all of us about making your own conscious choice, making your free will choice. That's what the human is about. Then we have the blue hand. And the hand, I think, is interesting because the vaccine is administered with hand. It is put into your arm. And the hand is also about the healing hand, right? The Pfizer vaccine relates to the outside world, tone 6, with this healing hand. Now, the hand is also about manipulation and control in its shadow. Anyways, over here we have tone 8, the moon. Tone 8 is about the means we need, and the moon is about memory. Now, what does the vaccine need? It needs memory, the memory of the immune system, because it gets the immune system to remember the spike protein so that the body can respond when a virus comes in that contains a spike protein. It can attack the spike protein. Then we have the wizard. We got the talent. Talent is warrior. This is what comes easily. And the warrior is about asking the critical questions. The warrior is about standing up for yourself, standing up for others. And that's certainly what it did to many people, isn't it? So that's interesting. The developer of talent is about alertness, being alert to what's going on and going step by step and noticing, okay, what's going on now? This helps us when we develop that. This helps us to develop that talent of warrior who asks these questions, who stands up for themselves, who goes their own way. That's all for today about the Pfizer vaccine, about this wave. I hope you learned something either about your own developmental process or just about the vaccine and how it affects us. Have a wonderful day.